out what makes you a little bit different because of these results that you've got recently.
Okay. You guys, you promised what you promised came through. I enjoyed working with you. I think you're an excellent guy, a great salesman, and what you promised, you surpassed. What you told me you're going to do, you surpassed doing what you said you would do.
Okay, and simply can't.
That I mean, I've been doing this a real long time, and about all the lead services, you're right up there.
Oh, I really appreciate that. What made it different for you, Lonnie? Like, because you bought 45 leads. I know that a few were duds. We replaced them. What made it different for you?
With a lot of other lead companies, I couldn't get the people on the phone. Your leads were special in that I actually got the people on the phone. So that really made things a lot different. Okay. You laid everything all out. I mean, it was very simple. All you had to do is go by your program. And you were always in the back listening. So that made it extra simple.
Yeah. And talking about the system itself, the CRM, you found it useful in the way that we take it from
very much so. I mean, it's just the step by step by step. I mean, see where a lead never answered. I could see where a lead did answer and we shifted over. And you were always there. You were always there to back us up.
Brilliant. So for anyone listening, would you recommend our services to anybody else?
Very much. I would give you a 5-star rating and I would recommend your services to anybody. I mean, it's one of the best I've had.
Oh, that's really special because in industry, you want to make a difference. And I feel like
and the competition in your industry is immense.
Yeah, it is.
One coming out every day with another scheme or another great way of making somebody rich.
But Lonnie,
you're down there at your reality. You didn't boast with all these $60,000 cases and things like that. You got what you told me you were going to give me.
Yeah. And personally, whilst I appreciate the compliments, and I think the feedback is definitely useful, I always believe that you can't clap your hands with one hand. You need to do 2 hands together, and I think you make a massive difference because you're sitting there saying that we got you the leads and they picked up, and that's half the battle. But the other half of the battle is that you need somebody that knows how to talk to the clients and actually follow up properly. So one of my big questions is that I've learned a lot from listening to your calls and the way that you actually approach the leads. So how did you figure that out? Because that's not something that normal lawyers are doing.
Well, I've been doing this. I mean, this is what I do every day. So it's just over time. And my strength is maybe not the knowledge of the law. My strength is talking to people. I mean, that's something I'm proud of. I think I have empathy for a lot of people. And it's just I can always try to see something that maybe I have in common with somebody. They tell me they're from New York. And that way I just jump right on it.
Yeah.
So just try to find something where you can connect with them.
But what I noticed is that it wasn't all fluff and it wasn't all law either. It was real human stuff. It's like, oh, you've been injured. Are you okay?
Right. You got to have the empathy, and you can't just telling you, oh, you're injured. I'm going to get you a huge settlement.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. In fact, what I noticed that you were doing was saying, are you okay? Can I, and one sentence that I love that you use, if I could get you into a doctor's office today or tomorrow, would you go?
Right. That's what you got to do, because once they're in there, the doctor gets a hold of them.
Right. And that's what.
If they don't go to the doctor, that's it. But once you get them into the doctor, it's a closed deal.
Okay.
Very few people go to the doctor and just skip out after that.
So just to clarify, we sold you 45 leads. You ended up getting around about 48. What was the total number of cases that you got?
Probably about 12.
12. Fantastic. Yeah. And one of them, any kind of big ones that you got?
Well, I had one where there was 4 people in the car, but unfortunately I just found out there was no insurance, but I'll have to work on that later. But that was probably a real good one when you had 4 people in the car.
Brilliant.
And I also had another one where I had a pedestrian.
Okay. And that turned out good?
It's hopefully, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. But all in all, we can say 12 leads is going to be, 12 cases is going to be worth much more than the lead value that you paid for.
That's correct. That's correct.
Fantastic. And how about the rest of your team? Like, did they like the way that this was happening? Did they
Well, it's
feel pressured?
just me and Esley just doing these. They're just working on the cases. So,
Okay.
and Esley,
Well, I'm glad to know that everything went all right. Is there anything that you would advise to anybody else that might be listening to this?
I would say before you go with any lead company, find somebody like you that is not having all this fluff and giving you all these false promises. You just laid it all out there. I mean, even when you sent, well, I got 12 leads, it's between 35 and 40,000. That's really true. Other lead companies will say, well, it's $40,000 for each case. And they give you these statements that just are not true.
Right, right,
And I
right.
could tell right away how hard you work with it. Send me emails on a Saturday. You called me. Seems like you're working all the time. So it's always great to have somebody behind the scenes working like that.
Yeah, and I just want to say that it's not just me. Of course, I really care. It's
Yeah.
not just me though. It is the rest of the team, and we're all
You got a
working
good
hard.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so do
And you're
you,
not done
Lonnie.
with me.
Absolutely, absolutely, Lonnie. Fantastic. Well, I've lost your video for somehow,
Yeah, I
some
just see it
reason.
popped. I'm gone. Well, I'm not. It's not much to look at anyway.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much for your time.